coaching there. Today?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, we put some things in. You saw, especially, I think the new guys slowed down a little bit of us here and there. But overall, I thought they did a pretty good job. I mean, the effort was good throughout the practice, and that's a big thing we're looking for right now, making sure we picked up the tempo on some things too. So, but I thought it was a really good day.
And the second time they get it, they do it better. You know.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, each time now.
Mm-hmm.
You go into tomorrow. What you put it on pads, I guess. It gets a little bit more difficult each time you do that, don't you?
Well, it's going to be a heck of a lot more fun. I mean, I don't think it gets more difficult. At least now, all the rest of the stuff, we've been doing a little dress rehearsal, and now we get to put the pads on and practice football.
Does it change how you're looking at what they're doing or what you're looking for, you know, in terms of, you know?
Not really. We get a better job of gauging some things, the physical and how we do things up front. We've had to, you know, obviously not in pads, so you can't bang as much and stuff, but actually we're going to be able to get a chance to really, you know, be able to gauge them a little better.
Evaluation begins.
Yeah, evaluation really starts.
Yeah, teaching today the last 2 days, and now you can begin a little bit better anyway, not like you can when you go full contact. Talk about the linebackers today. You know, I think I mentioned this to you, that it strikes me that your collection of linebackers seems to be is bigger and more physical than what we've maybe seen here in the last couple of years. Philosophically, you've got the speed versus strength, and I know you'd rather have both. But is there a preference there, or you know, need considering what you want to do?
No, I mean obviously the athletic ability is the most important thing, and a smart player, a guy that has some instincts. You know, those guys, you can't really evaluate them at all until you actually get the pads on and see how they're going to spawn. But I think it's a talented group of players, you know, and I think we're going to have a great competition at that position. So,
I guess Alford is, you know, not as big, but you know, Caleb at 250 in the middle, and you got Devin picking it up. Those two guys are really going to be big in the run game, obviously. And talk about what they need to do in terms of that.
Yeah, I mean, you know, again, it's early, and but they're a lot more comfortable right now than we were in spring practice. You know, of knowing what they, you know, what to do and where they're supposed to be and stuff. So, you know, that's the most important thing: know what to do, where you're supposed to fit, and arrive there with bad intentions.
Can you? Who's filled that mold for you? What have you seen from those guys, specifically Caleb? I mean,
I think the guy that I thought has made the most progress, again, you go through spring and now we've got to go to fall camp, and what he looks like right now is Caleb News. He really looks good. I'm expecting some big things from him. But there's a bunch. I think, you know, there's 4 or 5 right now that are catching our eye, and we'll see who else is going to get in that jump. But you know, you see those guys. Yeah, I mean, I think when you go Caleb and Drew Masita, and you know, and we already talked about Tay and Devin, and then I think and Q. Hubert is a guy that, again, we're pretty excited about. We want to see what he's going to do.
That's a guy that you really don't have a good read on, but you got to.
Right. I mean, I can see him. I can see him out here. He's got a lot thrown at him. Again, this is first day. Where those other guys have gotten they've really got 3 months on them. Not just 15 days of spring, but you know, they've been working on their own and stuff through summer and stuff. So they're so much farther ahead. And like I said, that's the best part. Our returners are, again, they're comfortable, and I think you know that's what they've got on the rest of them right now, is they know what to do, and they've had a lot more time to do it. So.
You know, you touched on Devin. You know, he's kind of, it's a little bit of a position change, but I don't guess a whole lot more because he's still on the edge. And you know, how has his role changed?
Well, we're asking him to do more things. You know, it still is to be be on that edge and be an effective pass rusher, and those type of things that's been his strong points. So now the things that hasn't been, you know, used to doing or hasn't done has been able to play off the line of scrimmage and play in that stack position and key lineman and read and do all those things. And so, you know, this camp will be huge for him. I think in 15 days he's going to be a heck of a lot more comfortable than you know. I don't have any doubts that he's going to make a lot of progress every day we come out here.
Does a 5 DB set relieve some of the cover pressure on the linebackers?
Yeah, and we can. I mean, there's coverage and stuff we can do. We can eliminate them. We can take them out of coverage if it is a problem. But I thought he's done a really good job, especially our zone coverage stuff. He's done a really good job at. So.
Generally, and you know, that's probably if you get bigger guys, and that's probably where you're going to be most concerned is trying to cover.
Yeah, but those guys all can run. I mean, those guys can all run. They're big, but they can run. I mean, Caleb Booth runs very well. Devin does. Q, 250, he runs well. Drew Masita is 230 now. He runs exceptionally well. You know, John Roberts is in there. He runs very well. And so I don't think that's going to be any of the problem. I'm expecting big things. I think we got a great linebacker core, and I expect them to play that way.
Could that possibly be the strongest unit?
It possibly can. I mean, it's hard for me to say. What I mean? It's hard to say right there.
Right.
We'll get about. I'm gonna have a much better clue here. Probably about day 10.
Yeah.
I'll know where we're at.
Right after they can hit.
Yeah, because we get installation will be done. Will be done 9-10, and and that's a lot big thing. How it's hard really to gauge any player until they have that. What we talk about all the time is until they understand everything that you're asking them to do, until the profound knowledge actually hits them, and they, this is easy. Then you can actually start judging their ability and what they're capable of doing on Saturdays.
Get them to slow it down.
That's right.
I mean, that's
it.
it's hard.